Hello? Hello? Hey, this is Ryan, and this is the local flavor segment. Goodbye.
Look what I have created! I have made fire! I have made fire!
Yeah. Lighting it up, I'm on top of the world, there's no stopping my shit. My ego is.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is your boy sitting here with my guy Ryan.
How's it going, everybody?
Hey, and this is the 29th episode of the 540 Show on the local flavor segment, and we got a special guest sitting here with us. We got my man Sinbad. What's going on with you, brother?
What's going on, man? How you doing today?
I'm living, man, living.
I like to hear that.
So we just came into one of his songs. What's the name of this one, Thomas?
This one's called Ego, man. This is off his debut mixtape, The Red Tape. Right here, man. Go ahead and pick that up on iTunes, Spotify. Where else can you get that, man?
You can get it on iTunes, Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, SoundCloud, Spinrilla, Google Play, Amazon.
Everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. Anything you
Everywhere.
can think of, it's probably on there.
That's tight,
Awesome,
man.
awesome.
That's a good deal, man. So how you doing today? You doing pretty good?
Oh, I'm doing good, man. It's a good day.
That's good,
Still here, still alive.
That's cool. That's cool. So, all right, first things first. Debut mixtape came out. How you feeling, man?
Feeling good, man. That first day, I was surprised. I actually got a lot of love from it, and I didn't expect to get this love from it. It's my first, it's my first project I've ever dropped. I've always dropped a couple singles, here and there, but I've never really dropped anything together, and I never worked, so hard on one project before. Because, usually when I drop a song, it's just like, shit, it is what it is.
Right. Just
but,
kind of do it, throw it out there.
Yeah, so when I started working on this, I probably did like 15 songs, and then, just kind of picked and choose what I thought was the best.
Tight, man. I mean,
So-
what motivated you to, get started actually putting a project together? Was it just all the feedback you were getting from these singles, or?
Yeah, I kind of from the singles, kind of from a couple of my homies. It's like a lot of close friends started to want to hear more from me, and they're like, oh, well, I'd like to hear you on this, and I'd like to hear you on that, and it's like, okay, it's like maybe I'll try some of these style beats, and then I tried a couple things, and I did a couple things, and then I kind of came up with my own thing, and then I got motivated right then and there. I was like, yo,
This is me.
yeah,
That's tight.
This is a sound. I like this sound.
What would you define your sound as?
That's a hard question.
Like any genre, because it's hip hop specific.
It's like an alternative rap,
Right.
It's like
Because it's a little too hard to just be rap.
yeah,
you know.
It's a lot of things that I rap about. Everybody is like. Everybody looks at you. It's like, are you? It's like you really rapping about this stuff. It's like, yeah, it's like I'm out here rapping about this stuff, but it's like at the same time, it's like it's almost like I'm always talking to myself. It's like
that's cool.
I'm my biggest hater.
Okay.
So I got a question for both of you. So you said this is your first mixtape or project. When you guys are putting together a project, both of you being artists, where do you start, to put the songs in what order and stuff like that? Do you start with the concept and go from there, or how does that all work out?
Personally, for me, usually I'll just start out with one single. And once I get that vibe of that single, if it's something that I feel like could be a project material, I'll take the concept off of that single.
Okay.
And that's usually how I go about it. And then once laying in track lists and all that, that usually comes once it's over with and figured out. Like,
That's
hey,
dope.
this could sound first. This could sound best last. It's like maybe an intro and outro type deal. And
Yeah, because I've always wondered how artists take their, how they got song 1 and how they got song 15 and where they all fit in the middle and why they're there.
Yeah.
Because there's a reason for it.
That's a really good question, and that's actually really, really interesting because I've never done that myself, and I've actually never even heard that, just having that single and taking the concept off the single. Which I mean, the single essentially is supposed to be like the stamp of the tape, right?
The one single that I really based it off of was Ego. It's like when I started writing Ego, everybody, I had a couple people coming to me. It's like, hey, you should do this, you should do that. And I kind of thinking it was like, man, this is me, this isn't you. It's like, I had a lot of people coming to me trying to tell me what I should do. It's like,
and tell people, and how do you feel about that, man?
don't be telling me what to do.
Don't
man.
be telling my man Sinbad what to do, man.
It's like, I love. Don't get me wrong. I love criticism. I love, I love any advice I could take. But it's like, don't tell me how to do something. Give me advice on how to do something.
Right.
It's like,
I like that though. I like that you got to have that swagger and that you got to have that willingness to find your own sound and find your own way, because I think that's what makes stand out, and that's the only way you're gonna make it. Because if you stand out, it's the only way you're gonna make it. That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's cool, man. So with this mixtape, what do you want your fans? What do you want the listeners to get out of this mixtape when they conclude the whole tape? What do you want them to be thinking?
You know, probably just to let some anger out, man. You know, it's like I did when I was writing the whole thing. You know, it's like you could go from the start to the finish, and it's all different, you know, issues that I felt like I've seen or I hear about, and you know, it's stuff like that. It's like if people can hear that, and even if they're taking it in a subliminal way, it's like I like that they're taking it that way. You know, it's like it's not just a problem, you know, for me, or it's like it's not just an issue for me or for anybody, you know, that I write about. Or it's like maybe if I feel like, you know, talking about going out and whooping somebody's ass, it's like
everybody's felt that way, and everybody's been in a situation they might need to go out there and whoop somebody's ass.
Exactly.
And especially when you hear his music, you get a reaction, which I think is a good thing. When you hear someone's music, you just don't bypass it. You're like, whoa, like what is this? And you listen to it. So I think that's cool. You know, a cool way to do it and get exposure that way. That's awesome.
And that's why I tell everybody, I'm like, I appreciate you. If you if you took my tape and you started at 1 and you listened to 6, thank you. Y'all are the best. Y'all are the best.
Pick it up.
If you started from 1 to 6. I appreciate you.
Awesome.
Just for listening to the whole thing.
That's cool, man.
You know, it's like listening to one song. That's not really giving anybody a chance.
Yeah.
You know, you're not hearing the whole vibe.
So what future projects? What are you looking to do in the future moving forward?
You know, actually, I'm working on a couple different things. I got a couple different singles probably coming out here soon, and I got a video for actually a single off of my EP. It's called Old English.
Old English.
Yeah, and
that's gonna be a dope one. I like that track.
Yeah, I've actually got like the whole video completed. You know, just kind of just some in and out things I got to do, and then once that's out, I might work on another mixtape. I got a mixtape coming up with a homie of mine. You know, I don't know if we really should talk about it right yet. So
okay.
Yeah, we got a lot of things cooking for you right now.
Definitely,
you just heard something maybe exclusive on the 5-4 show.
Yeah, little exclusiveness. I didn't want to we not all the shine is on the red tape right now. That's where all the shine is right now.
So,
hey, has everybody heard Came Back?
Everybody's it's out there.
Okay, it's out there. I didn't want to play that one if that one was too exclusive.
Play any of them.
Okay, that's cool, man. So hey, question about your musical journey. What's so far as like what's been the hardest thing that you had to like deal with in the music business, culture, anything like that? Like other artists ever been a problem or just like in this industry?
I could, I guess a couple artists, that I've stumbled upon, gave me a hard time, thinking, it's like, you ain't never done it before, why you starting now? It's like, people don't really know why I haven't done it and why I'm doing it now. It's like, instead of coming up and asking me, they'll give you a hard time.
Jump into conclusions,
Yeah, and then like, people listening. That's the hardest thing.
Yeah.
Especially in a city like, Fredericksburg, it's not big.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
So you two are artists, obviously. So you guys would know better than me. But it's kind of like a crabs in a bucket kind of thing. It's always people pulling each other down. How do you guys feel as far as like collaborating with people and helping each other, or do you guys like to do your own thing and kind of make your own way? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Because I know a lot right now, in the rap game, you hear a lot of people getting on other people for collaborating with certain people, but people are saying collaborating is a way to get more exposure. So it's kind of a weird thing.
Personally, I'm all about collaborating in community.
Yeah.
Even when I first came out in this, I wanted to say the rap game. When I started making music, my biggest thing was, working with other artists because I really felt like they're, out of everybody, if we all work together, came together, then we're going to be noticed, as a group. Like, oh, look at all these cats coming out of Virginia versus, I feel like the vibe around here is everybody wants to do their own thing.
Yeah, because that's the
Everyone
vibe I get
wants
too,
their own shine, you know?
Oh, that is the vibe right here. Don't nobody want to mess with nobody around here.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because together, who knows? What if there was a mixtape with 7 of the most popping artists from Fredericksburg or some of the most musical people? You put all 7 of them on one album, get them to collaborate, get all of their musical ideas. You might come up with something awesome.
Yeah, you can collaborate styles and things like that, which is like, if he was to collaborate his style with your style, which
could be some crazy stuff.
Could be awesome. So I like that. I'm a real big fan of collaborating different styles and things like that. I think that's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
So why don't you let everybody know where we can get you online on social media and stuff like that, so people can find you?
If you want to look me up on social media, you can find me at McMillion_made on Instagram. You can look me up as Sinbad VA on Twitter, and actually that's in all caps. That's probably the best way to find me. Facebook, you can find me at money sign, start with money sign Sinbad, or you can look me up as Just McMillion. That's my personal page.
And we'll be plugging this everywhere. It'll be on the screen. In the video,
it's gonna be up on the screen. There.
So, pretty much. I'm on every social network. Yeah, I even got a Snapchat, but y'all can find that when you get on my other social social networks. So
Oh
don't be
yeah,
worried
man.
about it.
That's dope, man. Well, are there any studios, engineers, producers, fans, artists, anybody that you want to shout out, brother?
Yeah, I got a couple people. You know, I like shout out, you know, Thomas Robinson for one, you know,
Hey.
one of the hosts of the show. You know, he actually put a little bit of work on this EP with me, and like give a shout out to Tef Wesley. He put a lot of work in this EP with me.
Hey, shout out Tef. Shout out Tef.
Yeah, and shout out Seth Whitaker, aka Sid White. You know, he produced a beat for me on there. It's actually one of my favorite songs on the track. It's the only reason I'm shouting him out. He's a good dude from North Carolina. So
Tight.
Awesome.
check him out. Look him up. He's a cool dude.
Tight, man.
And yeah, that's I met Mike Diamond. You know, he's best friend of mine. He runs his own clothing company.
Shouts
you know.
out
shout
to
out Mike Diamond, yeah.
Cool Calm
Collective.
Collective.
Yeah, shout out Mike Diamond.
Yeah, he's helped me out a long way in the business aspect of it. You know, I probably couldn't do a lot of the things I was
And that's a
doing.
smart dude, man. That's a
I'm
smart
telling
dude.
you,
Yeah, the guy seems to know what he's doing.
People don't realize. People look at Mike and they just thinking, oh, he's just Mike. And it's like, nah,
And then
man.
he speaks for
Yeah.
10 minutes, and you just
he
perspective,
draws
man.
you
Like,
in.
yeah,
He draws
it's
you
crazy.
in.
Hey, Mike, shout
Yeah,
out, brother.
Shout out, Mike, dog. You my man.
Hey, that's cool, man. Well, it was an absolute
Yeah, man,
pleasure
it
to
was
have
awesome.
you,
It
man.
was
Like,
my pleasure.
this was dope. Make sure that you guys go pick up this red tape. I got it. Do you have it? You need to have it, because if
Yeah.
you don't, then hit me up, and maybe we can listen
you want a hard
together.
copy? I only got like maybe 20 left, so they're $10 a piece on hard copies. So yeah.
$10 a piece. Come get them, man.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us today, and make sure you get out there and pick up that music. When we come back, we're going to have a little bit mixture of the local flavor and what you don't know outside the 540 show segment, so you can get everything you need to know about sports, entertainment, what's going on in the local area as well. We'll be right back.
Boom.
So put your locals though, devoted hoe, lighter than the dope that you smoking though. So roll your boat before your low get toast. I'm the most I know, but it promotes it, so I'm the best. Fuck the rest, and I'ma close the show lower than lower. Hoe is a hoe, and you know it's so, and it ain't never gonna.